Hey, my Liptons. So, child, I guess I'm on a Gilmore Girls marathon right now. I guess that's my guilty pleasure as of right now. I already did a video about how I'm already biased as it is. I like Logan and Rory together. But, I decided that, I was like, you know what? Let me see what the other fandoms what the other stands be saying, like, about Dean and stuff. Cause like, you go under the comments, and it's like, oh my God, Dean, oh my God, Jess, or something, something. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go see what other people see in these two characters. And like I said in my Logan Rory video, I never grew up on Gilmore Girls, never watched it until like 3 weeks, like 2, 3 weeks ago. So it was like, I'm fresh off of it. I'm fresh off of it. Um, like I said, I'm biased. I'm already Team Logan. Like, so I'm just gonna get that off right off the bat before I get into this. Because this is a mess. This is a mess. And honestly, me watching this, like, this was bad. I would say on Rory's end. Like in the beginning seasons with Dean, and then when Jess came about, like, this was like I won't even say like this. All love triangles are messy, but this love triangle in particularly was not only messy as hell. It was just like it was like corny too. Like it was just like annoying, corny mess that this love triangle was. And honestly, I also have to set aside my 2024 lenses because at the end of the day, the show came out in like 2000. So it's like there were certain cheesy things that was happening in this show. So it's like also got to use the context of like the early 2000s. But y'all, when I was watching the compilations between Rory and Dean, and then when Jess came about, and then Rory and Jess, I'm watching this thing and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? What is going on here? And even more so now, after watching the compilations between her and Dean and her and Jess, I'm even more so now. I'm like, you know what? Rory met her match with Logan. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I mean that like in a good way, and I also mean that like in a you reap what you sow kind of way, because the the things that Rory did to Dean really was just like, wow, like you really had no soul. You really had no soul. Like you were really playing in Dean's face. Like and you know what? Not even playing in Dean's face like behind his back. Like you were playing in his face in front of his face. Literally. So to me, I'm just like, everything that Rory's, her bumps in the road with Logan, and of course Logan has his flaws, but I'm just like, damn, Rory, in a way, you kind of deserve some, you deserve a little something, something here and there because you were trash in the earlier seasons. Like you were trash. Like, and I get it. We also got to keep in context too. This is why I always got to play devil's advocate in these TV shows, but she's young. Like, we also have to be, she's 16, 17 when Jess came around. Like, she was young. So it's like people make mistakes, people do stupid things. But at the same time, it's like, let's not also act as if her brain was, like, let's not act as if she was 4 as well, okay? Like, she was 16, 17, but she also knew right from wrong. Like, sometimes I feel like, yes, we do need to keep, referring to people being young and people being minors or whatever, but like, I think 17 years old, whatever, you should know that it's not right to cheat on your boyfriend. You know what I mean? I think at 17 years old, you shouldn't be flaunting, like literally flaunting the fact that you are into just in front of your boyfriend. That should be common, like that should be common knowledge, common sense, whether 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's just like, I'm watching this thing and I'm like, okay, this is a mess. So her first boyfriend is Dean, right? And it's so crazy. As I'm watching this thing, it gets up substantially worse. So she gets with Dean. Dean's the first boyfriend, and Dean is like immediately, like, I guess in love with Rory, like from like episode 1. Like he was like following her. He was like and all that. So they fall in love pretty quickly. Well, Dean falls in love with her. I would say Dean loves her more and that's the thing too. I feel like Dean loves Rory more, you know. And by the way, let me just say that. Let me just say this. I personally believe that the man should love the woman more. That's a whole different conversation. But like, yeah, like I just personally for me, I always think the boy should love the girl more. But you know, and he did, and Rory too was also, into him. I think that too. Dean tried to push the "I love you" too quickly, especially like 3 months in. It was too quick. So I think that I understood Rory in that aspect of things because that sometimes that can be a lot to handle. Um, but they end up going out. They end up going out. So I by the end of season one, I think going into season two, this is where Jess's character is introduced. And let me just say this about Jess's character. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I maybe I'm because anytime I'm thinking, I'm always gonna compare it to like other TV shows, but like I guess Vampire Diaries also got, because this came before Vampire Diaries, so I guess they try to make a little something something from like the Dean character, from Jess's character, but when it comes to like Damon, because people, I noticed that there's some people that compare Damon Salvatore with like Jess. I'm forgetting Jess's. I don't know what the hell Jess's last name is. I'm forgetting his last name. But I think the people compare them to these two together, but I don't know. Even as much as I don't like Damon Salvatore, and y'all already know I prefer Elena to go to Stefan. But at least Damon Salvatore, to me personally, he was a little bit more slick. Like, I don't know, like he wasn't like Damon Salvatore was annoying to me. And but that's another thing too. Damon Salvatore was also very funny. I will give him his props. He was a comic. To me, Jess is not even like a comic. Like he's just pure annoying to me. Like there will be times in scenes where like Rory and her mother will be talking, and then Jess will come, and then clearly you can see that Lorelai is upset or wants him to leave, or Rory wants him to leave, and then he just keeps talking, and I'm like, bro, hello, like, did you catch the like social cues? Are you picking up on social cues? Like, please leave. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Like, I felt like he was very intrusive, not only just like verbally, but physically. Like, he was just too intrusive for my liking. He was very annoying for my liking. And this is me. Y'all already know. I, but yeah, and I'm gonna get to it. But like, I just felt like Jess was, yes, he was a bad, like he was like, Jess was the stereotypical bad boy. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't even like, okay, bad boy, but like, let's put some flavor into him. Like, let's put let's put a modern spin into him. He was a stereotypical bad boy, but like, I also have to use that within the context of like, it was the early 2000s. That's why I felt like his character to me at times can feel a little bit cheesy at times with like the bad boyness of it all. But yeah, like I don't know. I just found Jess to be annoying, and clearly Dean found him to be extremely annoying. And I honestly understood Dean's anger a lot of times, even though I felt like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, and I like Dean. Don't get me wrong, I like Dean, but like Dean's anger can sometimes come off a little bit too cartoonish with the way he was acting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's better ways he could have like expressed his anger, but sometimes they did come off a little bit too cartoonish for my liking. But so that's how like Jess was able to get a little bit of his one-liners in there, but like I still understood where Dean's anger was coming from, because it was just like, okay, Rory, like this guy is out here just like being rude, like he's out here intruding like in our space. We're trying to have a conversation. We're trying to do our thing. Here he comes. Here his little ass comes over here, trying to make conversation, trying to throw little one-liners at me, throw little punchlines at me, and I'm not having it. And I completely understood. And then Rory at times will stand there like a deer in headlights, not saying anything to Jess. If Jess were to say anything to Dean, she won't interfere. She won't cut that. Like, there was no boundaries set within this love triangle at all. Like, clearly Dean wanted some boundaries to be set, but Rory did not want those boundaries to be set. And that's what honestly caused this whole thing where it's like Rory, maybe she needed this excitement in her life. You know, she's never dated before. Dean was her first boyfriend, so it was like, okay, well, I already have Dean. And later in the episodes, Rory was even saying like how she wished Dean can continue to pine after her. So clearly, she enjoys the attention of it all. And I think that the fact that Rory, you know, it was an exciting thing with Dean. So it was very stereotypical kind of storyline, but at the same time, it was just like I just felt like the disrespect towards Dean was very, very like cringe. It was very cringe. It was very like, and there were times like I wanted to come through the screen and punch Rory, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not against some bad boys, okay? I'm not against all of them completely in TV shows. There are a few where it's like they are annoying, but like this is coming from like a Niklaus Michelson stan right here, okay? I am a Niklaus Michelson stan, so clearly I love the bad guys. And a Magneto stan as well. So so I love my bad boys, but there are some other bad boys who was just like, okay, get them off my screen. And to me, I felt like Jess was one of those people where it's just like I didn't find him like, even though he's cute in the face, but like his personality wasn't cute to me. You know what I mean? And it's no shade. With Dean, you know, while Dean was very attractive, I've noticed that like throughout the seasons, I wish they could have also improved his like look, like as far as like with his hair and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's like these two are very, you know, cute boys, cute, but it's like I felt like these two, when it comes to Jess and Dean, this was like puppy love. Like I didn't get maturity love vibes from either Dean or Jess. And that's just coming from like for me when I see the comments, like when I'm watching the compilation of Jess and Rory, and it's like, oh my god, like they're so mature with each other, and I'm like, where, am I in the Twilight Zone? Where's the maturity? For me, I didn't see it. I think, and obviously this is my biases coming in, but like I felt like she grew. You could start to see a little bit more improvement and growth in her when she got with Logan, and I said that in the other video that I did. So y'all could disagree with me with that. That's cool, but like I don't know. I just feel like, you know, she was in high school during majority of the time when she was in both of these relationships. You know, they were teenagers, so they were both all three of these people were going through in limbo, trying to figure out their feelings, their hormones, so forth. Also, some of the things that Jess were doing, and I forgot to bring this up too, you know, him trying to force him, you know, him pressuring her to have sex and like, oh God. And then on top of that too, Rory sleeping with Dean while he was still married. Like, if we're gonna be honest, and this is where I come to this, like, and I don't want to say like in a bad way, like she met her match with Logan, but like I felt like yes, she met her match in a bad way with Logan, but like she also needed that, like, okay, like this is how, you know, this is how other people felt when you did this. So like, okay, now you see how it feels, kind of thing. Like, and I do think that people need to learn the hard way sometimes when it comes to those situations. So that's why I'm like, none of these relationships were perfect. Like, none of these relationships were all that, if I'm gonna be honest. Like the affair that Dean did with Rory, turn off. Jess and her, complete turn off from the beginning. I didn't like it. I felt like Jess was very intrusive to me, very abrasive. Like I wasn't feeling him. I was not feeling him. So it's like, oh, by the way, fun fact. I think you already know this for the ones that already watch Gilmore Girls, but the actress that played Rory, and I don't know why I'm forgetting her name. I apologize, but like the actress that played Rory actually dated the guy that played Jess in real life. So for like 2 years, I think from like 2000, what was it? From 2003 to 2006. I think for like a good, yeah, no, sorry, no, not 2003 to 2006. Did they say 2002, 2004? Whatever. They dated for 2 years. That's what I read. But yeah, if I'm going to be honest with y'all, I think that there are no real winners in this situation because everybody is flawed. Everybody is flawed. Like, at first, like, you know, you like, I could say, like, you know what, Dean is perfect, but Dean had an affair. Like, that's the, I'm sorry, like, I can't put that away. He had an affair on his wife. And then on top of that, he went over there screaming and yelling and being paranoid with his wife. So it's like, that put me off. Jess is annoying as hell. You know, I'm glad that Jess is annoying. And then Logan, you know, Logan is a cackle. Logan is a lawyer. Okay? So it's just like, and then you have Rory just like, you know, the girl that's being pined for. So it's just, I don't know. I just thought that this love triangle between Rory, Dean, and Jess was a mess. I'm watching this thing and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this is a mess. And honestly, I'm glad that the writers didn't put any of this, because it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense because everything that they were going through, it was too much. Especially the disrespect that Dean was getting out of this. Like, it was so disrespectful. That dance sequence scene where like they were supposed to be and then Dean and Jess and the other girl Shane came in, like that whole scene was so disrespectful. And I'm glad that like, and some people were like, oh my god, Dean should have never broken up with Rory in public. Nah, yeah, she deserved that. She deserved that. The way the disrespect that she was giving she was giving Dean in that moment, publicly, you know, just fighting with Jess in front of him, clearly showing that you have feelings. She deserved that. You know, so it's like, I don't know. Rory's also another person, you know, where she tends to play victim and, you know. I still like her though. Don't get me wrong. I like her. I really, really do. I do like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna like rate everyone, obviously I'm gonna put Logan, Dean, and then Jess. And then Rory, I mean, okay. When it comes to the girls, of course, like, I like Rory. I really do. I think that she's, you know, she has her issues, but I do like her. I like her. I like Lane. Paris was annoying as hell. I can't stand Paris. I can't stand Paris. She's so, oh, I can't. Lorelai, you know, I like Lorelai. She can have her moments, but I like her. I'm gonna put Lorelai um above Paris, clearly, because Lorelai is, you know. So, but yeah, like, I like Rory, but I think Rory made some bad decisions. Like, she made some bad decisions, you know. So, but anyway, y'all, like, I said, what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you guys feel about rating on these? This is crazy because y'all, if y'all want to go back and rewatch this thing, y'all can. But I'm still going through it. I haven't finished yet, and I'm watching this thing, and I'm like, let me do a video because I can't stand this love triangle thing. Like, it's so annoying right now, and it's so ridiculous and so disrespectful. So, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.